So one time I went and you guys know Steve Ball.
Yeah.
Great guy. I love what he does with kids. I thought about taking my kids over there and having them start work with him. I'm feeling pretty big daddy a couple years ago because I have a little money and I'm like, I'm going to get fitted for a driver. That'll fix all my problems. So I go over to Steve and I'm like, hey, Steve, will you mind fitting me for a driver? He said, oh, no, man, get on in here, let's do it. And he's like, did you bring your clubs out to get warmed up? I'm like, I didn't bring any of my clubs because whatever, I'm just an idiot. And I'm an amateur who just gets lucky at golf, and I figure a new driver will help me. I'm like, yeah, you got all the clubs here.
And for people listening who don't know who Steve Ball is, like, just explain, like, his reputation and his, like, he's, like, one of the best coaches or, like, the top 25 titleist, something like that. What is,
he is.
I don't really
and he's
know.
got a great facility right off of 235.
Sure.
You see the little sign, and it's kind of hidden. It's back behind like warehouses and stuff. And you go back there, and it's like a beautiful driving range and like a great facility.
He had a swing set when I walked up there. Like kids were like on the monkey bar. It's like, this is
super
a golf
friendly.
range.
Super.
And he does a lot of good stuff with kids where he really works on their athleticism and making them good athletes and getting quick before he even puts a club in their hand.
TPI stuff.
He's super like, let's get you fast and quick before we worry about, hitting the ball, which maybe I should have done.
So you thought, let's get me some of this.
Let's not get quick, Steve. Let's just give me the club. I'm going to pay $500. So we go out and he hands me, he's like, okay, well, you should warm up. And before I hit this driver, I'm like, okay, I didn't bring the clubs. He hands me a 7-iron. And he's like, hey, Jeremy, what do you normally shoot? I'm like, if I don't break 80, I'm pretty disappointed. So I don't know what that handicap is. Whatever. Handicap, slope, no, I don't know what any of that means. Who cares? Who wants to think about that? Let's just go score and make some putts. So I'm like, if I don't break 80, I'm pretty bummed. So it's a handicap of 6, 7, whatever. Who knows? And he hands me a 7-iron to warm up. And I don't know what it was. It was a Titleist blade-looking thing with a sweet spot like the size of like a dime. And I then proceed, like he's standing behind me. And I've never had anyone like give me a lesson or watch my swing or anything. And I then proceed to literally like shank like 10 shots in a row. Like just hoselled, like can't even get the face straight, like just zooming like darts, like worm burners, like everything. And about the 7th swing, I saw like the light go out in like Steve Ball's eyes, and he's like, oh, well, none of this is really going to matter. And he immediately, instead of like fitting me for a club, starts giving me like a lesson. He's like, okay, well, here's what you really need to try to do. Try to do this. And like, I take 20.
I don't want your money. I don't want $400
He's like,
from
I think
you.
he felt bad. He's like, oh, this guy blows so bad. It doesn't really matter what. I could literally hand him, the original Big Bertha, and he'll be like, it was great. I just watched him die a little bit. Like you've always had when you have like, when people you're interacting with like just check out mentally for whatever reason, because who knows why. I just like watched him be like, oh man, it doesn't really matter. And whatever, he rigs up the driver, I pay whatever, some ungodly price for it, thinking I've just really done something great. I was like, oh, Steve, I was gonna get a putter too. Could you? He's like, oh yeah, here, just take this one. This will be fine for you. It's like, okay, thanks. He's a great guy. I loved him. It was awesome. I highly recommend him.
You still have the driver?
Oh, yeah, it's the one I hit with. It's the one I hit with. I mean, listen, man, I spent a lot of money on that sucker. And it came with a free lesson from Steve Ball because he's like, oh, my God. And then he had to be thinking, you are such a liar. You don't break 80. I haven't seen you get the face square once. How would you break 80? Like on the front? I didn't know. Anyway.
Like, I'm not used to triple crossing with this thing.
He's like, I've never seen a guy triple cross with a 7-iron before. That's really impressive. He was great.
Brilliant.
I loved him.